Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to explain how to upload a large file on AWS S3 using multi-part technique. Using this technique, you can upload large file, even gigabytes, easily because all the files will be broken into chunks and it will be uploaded parallelly. And another benefit of this method, you don't need to keep all the secrets related to S3 access and all on front end side. All your secret will be in the backend side, and just you need to create a pre-signed URL, and that will be shared with the front end part. And using that URL, front end file will be uploaded on S3 bucket. So before I deep dive into the coding part, so for demo purpose, I have created a sample website, and using this website, we'll upload two files. One will be like a small file, and one will be large file. So for small file, we will be using single pre-signed URL, and using that single pre-signed URL, it will upload the file. But for large file, it will break that large file into multiple chunks, and using those main number of pre-signed URL, it will upload that file. So first let me inspect this. Okay, so let me select a small file first. So I'm selecting a small file. It is just in 600 KB. Now when I click on this upload button, first it is going to make a call to backend, and it will get a pre-signed URL, and using that pre-signed URL, it will upload that single file in our S3 bucket. We can see our S3 bucket is empty, and now I'm uploading it. So it is successfully uploaded, and in this API call, here you can see it made a API call to this, and in the response it got a pre-signed URL, and using this pre-signed URL, here it has uploaded that file, and now we should be able to see the file here, and file is uploaded, and we can even view that file. Okay, so it is uploaded. So now I'm clearing this, and let me upload another file. So now this time I'm selecting a little large file, 16 MB. So I have added minimum size to 10 MB. So more than 10 MB, it will like break into chunks. So one chunk size is 10 MB. Okay, so it is uploading, and it is successfully uploaded. So here you can see it has made multiple API calls. So for multipart, first we need to make a API call to start multipart upload, and then we need to get, based on number of chunks, we need to get those many number of pre-signed URLs, and after getting those pre-signed URL, we need to upload those chunks parallelly. And if we see here in our S3 bucket, now we can see our file is uploaded, and we can access this. So it is downloaded, and here we can see, so it is playing. So I'm going to explain backend part first and then front end part. So let's go to VS Code. So here I have created a sample, like very basic server. So in the starting, I'm using Express, and then AWS SDK library. Here some basic setup, and here we are configuring S3. So you need to have AWS access key and secret key. So our first endpoint generate single pre-signed URL, and in this one we are taking file name in the request body, and then with this we are generating pre-signed URL. Here you can see we need to pass bucket and the path where you want to store your file. So it can be anything. You can have path something like this, folder1, then your file name .jpg. So it will upload your file in this folder1. So whatever folder you want to have, so you need to have here. Then expiry, so after 60 seconds this pre-signed URL will be expired. So this is for generating single pre-signed URL. For multi-part upload, here we have 3 steps. First, you need to make a request to this endpoint, and it is going to take the file name, and I'm passing content type so that it is set with this. So here first we need to make API call to this one, create multi-part upload, and in the response we'll get upload ID. So you need this upload ID for further step. So once we have this upload ID, now we need to make a call to generate pre-signed URL. In this API call, you need to pass again file name and upload ID, the one which you got after making call to the first API, and along with this you need to pass part number as well. This is nothing but chunk number. So in our case we are using like our chunk size is 10 MB, minimum is 5 MB, you can't give less than that. So based on that chunk size, based on your file size, you will get the number of chunks. So our chunk size was 10 and file size was 16 MB. Then we got chunk number of chunks 2. So it will be passed here, upload ID and chunk number. Now for those number of chunk, we need to generate pre-signed URL here. So here you can see we are generating like based on chunk number, we are generating different pre-signed URL. Now these pre-signed URL will be passed to frontend. Now from frontend we need to upload our file by breaking into different chunk and upload these using these pre-signed URL parallelly. Once those files are uploaded, after uploading each chunk, we will get e tag in the response. I will show in the front end code. So those e tag response which we are going to get after uploading each chunk, we need to pass in our this last endpoint, complete multi-part upload. In this endpoint, along with our file name, upload ID and parts, in this part we need to have that e tag. So here again in params we are passing that e tag. So we need to configure like this and then make a request to this function, complete multi-part upload. And after doing this, so what AWS S3 is going to do, all the multi-part chunk which is uploaded on AWS S3, it will combine all the chunks into single file using these e tag. So this is necessary. Okay, so all these are the endpoint we are going to use in our front-end code. Now let me go to the front-end code. So in our front-end code we have very simple just input for selecting the file and then upload button. After selecting the file, you need to click on upload button. So this handle upload method is going to be called, and here we are dividing our upload process into 2 parts. One is if file size is less than 10 MB, then we are going to use single pre-signed URL. Instead of breaking file into multiple chunks, we are going to upload whole file using single pre-signed URL. So simply we are making call to this endpoint and we got our pre-signed URL. and here we are uploading that whole file to this presigned URL. And if file size is more than 10 MB, then first we need to make a call to this endpoint. Here we got the upload ID in the response. Now we are calculating the number of chunks. So here we got total file size, and as I said, our chunk size is 10 MB. Then here we got number of chunks. Now using these detail, we are going to get number of based on the chunk size, those many number of pre-signed URL we are going to get after making this API call. And here we got all the pre-signed URLs. Now we are going to upload the whole file by breaking into chunks and then uploading those files parallelly. So here we are running a loop and breaking down the file into chunks. So here we are breaking into chunks and then uploading to pre-signed URL. And here we are running all the process parallelly. Once all our chunks are uploaded, we are going to make API call to complete multi-part upload. Okay, so this is how we are going to upload our large file using multi-part upload. So now let me deploy this server on App Runner and show you other configuration, whatever you need to do on the front end side. Okay, now let me show how to deploy this on AWS App Runner. So I'm going to create a new service. You will not see here, so you will see something like this. Okay, so here it is showing one service, but you will not see this. So create a service and you need to select source code repository and provider GitHub. Since my code base is on GitHub, so I need to select that. If it is on Bitbucket, you need to select that GitHub, and here you need to create a GitHub connection. For me it is showing one connection, and if it is not showing for you, then you need to add a new one. After clicking this, you need to give some permission to connect with your GitHub account. Once it is connected, then you will see all your repository here. So I'm going to search here. This is a repository where our code base is, and then select branch, and let's go with manual deployment, and I'm going to give all the configuration here. Configure all setting here. Runtime Node.js 18, build npm install, and this is Node.js. This will be node index.js. So again, you can find all these detail here. Since our main file is index.js, so I'm giving node and then index.js. If it is different for you, then you need to give that. And port 8080. Now service name, we need to give some. So I'm giving the service name. We can go with lowest one, and here you need to provide a environment variable. So okay, for this we need to have we need to create a IAM user, so that our service has access to generate pre-signed URL so that it can upload file on S3. So let's create a IAM role. We need to create a IAM user, S3 upload access user, and here we need to attach a policy. So I am attaching S3 full access. You can go with more specific access with minimum access. So create user, it is created. Now we need to have access key, so create access key here. So select one of this, create access key. We got our access key and secret, so I'm going to pass these here. Access secret, and we have few more variable AWS region. So our bucket will be in EP South 1, so I am providing that, and one more variable we need to provide AWS S3 bucket. So let's create one new bucket here. I'm giving a bucket name here, just some random number at the end. And okay, so here you can see I'm blocking all the public access, so you don't need to give any access here. You don't need to make your bucket public. That's the advantage using pre-signed URL. Okay, now our bucket is created. So let's pass this bucket name here. Okay, so we are going with all the default configuration. Next, and here it is showing for preview, everything is fine. We can ignore this error, create and deploy. So it is going to create app runner service. So once it is ready, then we can use this. Meanwhile, I'm going to add a permission and will update chorus policy here. I'm going to pass that. Save changes. Okay, it is updated here. Let's wait for this service. Once this is ready, then we can see if file is getting uploaded in our AWS S3 bucket. Okay, so our server is deployed successfully, and here we can check it. So API is live. Now I'm going to use the base URL and replace here. Okay, so it is updated, and let me run my server once again. Okay, it is ready. And let me inspect this. So again, I'm selecting the small file here, upload, and it is uploaded successfully. And let's see here, and here we can see our file is uploaded. And one thing to notice here, this bucket is not accessible to public. And let me clear this, and let's upload little large file here. And it is getting uploaded, and it is uploaded successfully. So check this again, and let's preview these files. And here you can see it is uploaded successfully, and So this is also uploaded successfully. Okay, so I have added GitHub repository URL in the description for both for front end and back end. Thank you.